In my previous video, I provided an update on what was completed this year as part of my city's program to spend $100 million over 4 years to accelerate building its active transportation network. As a quick recap, the first year was spent thinking about how to spend the money. The second year saw 4 of 16 planned kilometers built. The third year, which is this year, is supposed to have seen the completion of year 2 projects and another 23 kilometers built, and the final year is supposed to have 29 kilometers added to the network. It appears there was an important update by the city recently. The GIS data were updated on the 4th of November, and I see that one project, 107th Ave, has been pushed to a 5th year. I showcased this project a year ago when I tried to predict what would be built along this arterial road. In this Bike Nudge Nudge video, let's look at what was nearly complete when I last visited an area in late October through mid-November, and what I think has been postponed until next year. I visited this bi-directional protected bike lane a few times in October. It was just missing a few signs asking drivers not to drive in it. I listened to the 14th of November edition of the Speaking Municipally podcast, and Troy and Stephanie said that this lane is still closed. That means it's been essentially complete for at least a month, but has remained closed due to a few signs for drivers. I have a previous video where I wonder why on-street bike lanes have to be perfect before they're opened. As you'll see later in this video, there are some wide sidewalks that are far from finished, but are still open. For some reason, the city would rather people on bikes mix with SUVs on a one-way street than use a bike lane that a few drivers might drive in. This lane should be very good when open. On one end is Happy Beer Street, which has the potential to be a destination, but I'll leave that story for another video. The lights to cross a major arterial road don't have a bike detection loop, but at least there are lights. The north end of the bike lane connects to an older lane that continues to the north and one of the original major east-west bike lanes. While this lane looks like a bit of nothing in the middle of nowhere on the project map, it should be a good connection to what might become a popular destination for people. It also connects to some unofficial bike routes that will take you further to the east. Speaking of missing signs, there's this contraflow painted bike gutter on 114th Avenue. It extends a similar painted bike gutter further to the west. The only reason I can see for this painted bike gutter not being open is missing one-way signs for drivers at the intersections. The older section has these one-way signs at each intersection, but the new section doesn't. These barricades have been up and nothing has changed for at least a month. If you want to ride eastbound in this area, you have to be a scofflaw like me, or ride on a nearby regular residential road. I'm not a fan of painted bike gutters, but this stretch does connect 2 older bits of bike infrastructure, including this path along an LRT line. In my previous video, I showed how a light pole was placed in the middle of the junction of the brand new 113th Street and 111th Avenue wide sidewalks. I can now update you that the 111th Avenue wide sidewalk has 7 light poles in the middle of it. I don't know how anyone in the city can find this acceptable in 2025. And remember, this section was completely torn up and redone. It's possible this section didn't pass inspection, as there looks to be another base for each light pole just off the sidewalk. As for the western section of 111th Ave, it was not completed as of the 11th of November. This service road is being completely redone and will be transformed into a local street bikeway. I'll have to reserve judgment for when it's all done. I'm not optimistic though. Also, I would like to see the budget for this section. I hope it's not all being paid for with the active transportation money, as it looks like a major use for this section will be SUV parking for the homeowners. That brings us to the community of Delton. The east-west local street bikeway is pretty complete, though I haven't ridden the whole stretch. I did see one good modal filter, but the tire marks on this modal filter indicates not all drivers are happy with the changes. I hope some bollards or something are installed, as this little white curb will disappear in the snow. The north-south local street bikeway on 92nd Street also seems to be complete. Speaking of unhappy drivers, I'll probably make a longer video on the changes in Delton. A few residents were very angry to lose the street parking right in front of their houses on 96th Street. They even got the local media to come for a visit so they could say how angry they were, and probably still are. You could tell where the angry people lived, as it was the only part of a block that was full of parked cars before the construction was started. Now that the lane is installed, I think they're continuing their protest by raking their leaves into the bike lane. There are leaves all along the bike lane, but this one small section is suspiciously full of leaves, and the adjacent yards are suspiciously devoid of leaves. Anyway, As with the connector to Happy Bike Street, the protected contraflow lane was closed due to a few missing signs when I last visited at the end of October. As for the quality of the infrastructure, the northbound protected lane is good. The southbound Sharrow is not as good. Would you want your 8-year-old riding alone along parked cars with just a few speed bumps to protect them? Also, the road crossings are bad. There are a few collector roads with no lights, and on 92nd Street, you have to walk half a block in either direction to get to lights and cross this arterial road. Speaking of 92nd Street, it didn't get a contraflow protected bike lane. SUV parking is preserved on both sides of the street, and there are these weird meridians periodically along the road. Again, wayfinding is improved, but let me know in the comments if you're concerned about your safety when biking, yet this road would make you start biking. Let's move on to what I think has been postponed for this year. As I showed in my previous video, 113th Street is supposed to connect to a new wide sidewalk. I think it's supposed to be on the north side of the street. When I last visited the area on the 11th of November, I saw some barricades, but no construction has started. The city's GIS data still says it's coming this year. The wide sidewalk will only extend to the northwest from 113th Street, and nothing is planned to the southeast. The GIS data also doesn't say which side of the street will get this wide sidewalk. I rode on the north side, which would end at nothing. If the wide sidewalk is on the south side of Kingsway, the wide sidewalk would connect to this multi-use path. A wide sidewalk on the south side would connect more destinations, but it would also cross a lot of parking lot entrances. As I mentioned, the protected bike lane on 100th Street only goes as far as 79th Avenue. Continuing to the south, my city decided there was enough unused grass and no more space should be taken away from SUVs. A wide sidewalk is supposed to run for 3 blocks down to 76th Ave, but I didn't see any indication that it would be built this year as of the end of October. 112th Ave is supposed to get a wide sidewalk, continuing this wide sidewalk towards an old trail that runs along the LRT. I saw some survey markings and flagging in about mid-September, but nothing seems to actually be happening as of the 11th of November. There's also supposed to be a shared street on the other side of the Strode behind Commonwealth Stadium. This shared street connects to a north-south bikeway, so kudos for making a connection. I don't like wide sidewalks, but this area is busy with SUVs, and this new section will be a connection between a few older pieces of infrastructure. The last piece of infrastructure I'll mention is Victoria Park Hill. I think this is actually a very important link, and the proposed protected bike lane should have been built long ago. It's been shown that the world will not come to an end if one of the 2 SUV lanes going up the hill is repurposed. The city has been converting one lane into a mobility lane each summer since COVID started. The road was originally built in the 1950s or 60s. At that point, a climbing lane might have been justified as large cargo trucks likely used that road. I see few large cargo trucks in the downtown these days, and modern SUVs have more than enough power to climb this hill, well above the posted speed limit. Without the mobility lane, people on bikes either need to brave the SUV lanes or use the sidewalk, shared use path. There's actually a sign at the bottom of the hill, but not at the top. In any event, the sidewalk is barely up to standard as a regular sidewalk, and it can become narrower in spots due to bushes overgrowing it. The top of the hill isn't well connected to bike infrastructure, but the bottom certainly is. It's one of the few options for getting out of the river, so the hill is well used all year round. Installing a permanent protected bike lane with proper entrances at both ends should have been a priority. And that's my look at what was supposed to, but hadn't been completed as of mid-November, as part of the Active Transportation Network Expansion Acceleration. See my previous video to see what was completed. In that video, I said I'm not really impressed with what's going on, and obviously, looking at what hasn't been finished won't change my opinion. Only about 12.5% of what's being built this year is considered high comfort infrastructure, according to CANBIX, a bike infrastructure classification system. What's being built is better than nothing, but my city has built a reputation for being bike friendly, so I'd like to see my city being more ambitious. In my next video, I'll present what I would be doing with the $100 million to accelerate the active transportation network expansion. But for now, if you've used some of the new infrastructure, please let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching.